So what do you do when that mid-back pain sets in? You know, that excruciating mid-back pain that sits right behind that shoulder blade where you're kind of like, wow, I just have this unfavorable knot sitting in underneath my shoulder blade. I want somebody to kind of go in, massage it out, maybe even have my local chiropractor adjust it. Well, we want to talk about rhomboid pain. And this is actually really something that's common, and there's a lot of things that you can do between making some lifestyle changes and some exercises that can help get rid of this type of pain quick, simple, and fast. All right, let's get into it.
It's about getting to the root problem.
Hey everyone, it's Dr. Heather, your virtual sports chiropractor, and like I said, we're going to talk about rhomboid pain. And if you're unfamiliar where your rhomboids are, well, take a look on the screen right here. I've given you an illustration, and as you can see, here is our scapula, which is our shoulder bone, mostly our wing bone that we see, our shoulder blade, and off that shoulder blade is a muscle known as your rhomboid. Now, the rhomboids are very much important for retraction and protraction of the scapula. Now, a lot of times this muscle can get very tight and usually create a lot of irritation underneath our scap. And it then becomes really uncomfortable. And if we're seated at a desk all day, or maybe we're trying to lift some weights, we feel a lot of limitation in performing or doing our job well. So what I want to do is I really want to look at certain things with you guys. Now, if the rhomboid pain has just set in, the first thing you really want to do, go ahead, grab some ice, cool down the area, and if you can, rub some biofreeze, get a massage, start to break down the tissue a little bit more. And then from there, take a look at your actual lifestyle, meaning take a look at your work ergonomics, the desk setup, your chair setup. Make sure there's no daily devices that are creating or compounding this injury a little further. And it's actually the same when it comes to sleep. Make sure you're sleeping with a good pillow, you've got a good mattress, because all these things can start to irritate that rhomboid discomfort a little bit more and then make it just feel a little bit more uncomfortable throughout the day. So once we've kind of addressed those types of things, and they're very simple to do, and if you have more questions about your ergonomics at home, just drop those comments down below. I'm happy to make some references, tell you guys how to actually find a better ergonomic chair or a desk setup that's reasonable and cost affordable. But for this purpose of this video, we really want to address some stretches and exercises you can do at home to help relieve yourself of rhomboid pain. Well, I want to get into those right now. So when dealing with the rhomboid discomfort and pain, and like I said, we're primarily dealing with the rhomboids, which sits right in here. One of the nice, easy exercises we can start with is by placing a foam roller, a long length one, up against the wall, having a nice edge contact with our hand, and allowing for the roller to roll up the wall. And as we do, we're going to go ahead, drop our head forward, and allow for our shoulder blades to get a nice stretch. And we're going to repeat this a couple of times. So we're going to come up, really stretch those arms up nice and tall, allowing for the scaps to go ahead. They're going to kind of elevate up, allowing for the rhomboids to really get nice and stretched out. The dropping of the head, that's going to allow for the traps to stretch out. And you actually might hear some cavitation release when doing this stretch and allowing for some good spinal motion and movement to happen in this area, relieving that tension, that stress in those zones. So now another really easy basic exercise you can do when the rhomboid pain initially sets in is a little cat-cow. So what you're going to do is you're going to really kind of suck the gut in, push the back up as if you're a camel, all right? That's that cow appearance. And then what you're going to do is try to really flatten it out, arch the back, pushing and stretching everything down, especially up in this zone here. And again, repeating. And as you lift up, it's really important that you tuck that head under, again, allowing for those shoulder blades to push out to the side, allowing this whole area to start getting opened up, and then kind of going back through it again. Now, from this position, what we can do by staying in a nice neutral position here is we can go ahead and start doing a little bit of a threading of the needle. So now Joey can take his right arm, he can go ahead and thread the needle by going through his body, allowing for rhomboid discomfort on the right side to kind of get stretched out a little further, and then placing that arm down on the ground. Now to progress this one a little bit further with the threading the needle, open up your stance a little bit more with your knees. Go ahead, pull the arm through to the body, and as you do, bend the opposite elbow, and you're going to go ahead and really start stretching it out along this angle here. And you can see it's going to really start opening up this rhomboid section here. All right, now the next one we can do is where we're going to lay on our back. Now this one is really kind of nice and gentle that you can do as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to let our knees drop to our left side. So come bring both knees towards your left side, just like so. Now bring your arms so that they lay palm against palm on this side of the body, just like so. So we're going to kind of rock ourselves here. Now what we're going to do is, while keeping our head in this position here, we're just going to simply open up that spine by just opening it up there and then coming back to this hand here. So going ahead, coming back, and then going ahead and repeating about 10 times each side. Now you might feel this one a little bit lower on the base of that scap. So you might be feeling this a little bit more in that lower area. Now, when you do this, it's very important that we go slow and controlled. But if you want another way to really do this, we can go ahead and actually come against a wall. Now, another one that you can do to help resolve rhomboid discomfort is to try to go ahead, and as you can see here, I have Joey going ahead and bringing his arms to a 90-degree angle. Small of the back is pressed against the wall, okay? And what he's going to try to do is keep his forearm and the upper arm against the wall as he presses up and down in this position. Now, he's got really good scapular range of motion. So if you're really tight, if you're having some discomfort in that rhomboid area, this exercise is going to be really difficult and really tricky to do, but it's a great one that you can add in just for range of motion. And you would do this 10 times. Now the next exercise you could do, which is a lot more advanced, is to be in a plank position. Now obviously we want to really focus on squeezing and pinching our shoulder blades together, activating the rhomboids, even though that's where our discomfort is. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, push our hips up to the sky, allowing for the scaps to really stretch out, and then drawing back down. So go ahead, Joey, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate some pike planks. So push the hips up towards the sky, then come bring the body down right there, bringing the hips back up to the sky, allowing for the shoulders to get stretched out, and then coming back down. And you can do this anywhere from 10 to 20 times. And like I said, you guys, rhomboid pain is one of those things that's really uncomfortable, but if we can put all the steps into it, between just addressing the soft tissue and using maybe our myofascial release techniques that you've seen here on the channel, by using a foam roller or a massage ball, or even going and getting massage. And as you guys know, I love getting massages, so I will take anyone up on getting that massage, or even going and seeing your local chiropractor, getting the rib heads adjusted and so forth. Once you've kind of stepped out of that initial phase where the pain has substantially died down, then you want to start going ahead, stretching out the area, and putting in those exercises that I mentioned in this video. Now, if you have more questions regarding rhomboid pain, like I said, drop those comments down below. But I want to let you guys know there are some other great videos that can help in really furthering you in having better shoulder range of motion, and I've left those videos right here on the next screen. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, everyone, this is Dr. Heather, your virtual sports chiropractor, and I'll catch you in the next video.